how the CDC is blue washing to make COVID levels look artificially low.
Go check out Dr. Horger's video explanation that dives into this, but this is what he's talking about where the CDC is changing the threshold levels. So without much fanfare, the CDC recalculated the wastewater viral activity levels, the WVAL, over the past 2 years, 24 months, and they set these new threshold values. So this is what they were. Very low was 0 to 2, low was 2 to 3.4, moderate was 3.4 to 5.3, high was 5.3 to 7.8, and greater than 7.8 was very high. And then for COVID, all of these levels were expanded. So the viral activity can get higher and then be classified lower. So for instance, if we look at low, that's 2.6 to 4.9 now, which would put it pretty much in the middle of the moderate category, would now be classified as low. For moderate, that would be 4.9 to 7.9, which would actually put us into the very high category from before. So very high from before can now be classified as moderate under the new scaling system. And then for high, 7.9 to 11.6, that means what was very high before, classified as very high, is now only called high. And as I was looking through things, I also caught this here, where they're going to take extreme values. This would be very high values of COVID wastewater concentration, and then perform winsorization, which means that they're going to completely eliminate really high values greater than the 99th percentile of what they recorded in the past 2 years. And then they remove that value, whatever it is, and then replace it with the 99th percent value of what they've recorded prior, which is basically putting an absolute cap saying that we will never see any COVID values greater than what we've seen in the past 2 years in the future, which is simply ludicrous because things can always change. You can always have huge surges that will become higher than we've seen in the past. We saw that in 2022 when things went super high. And we even have a very relevant example today where we can look at wastewaterscan and see the same thing. So right here I pulled out Anchorage, Alaska, which has the highest COVID values currently right now in August of 2026. And we see that the values being reported right now from that site are the highest that have ever been recorded at that site. Now, WastewaterScan has their own issues where they like to do a 5-point trimmed rolling mean average, where they eliminate the two highest values from the averaging system. So this could go down a little bit, but the data is still there. We're still showing that these very high values are currently happening, even if those get cut out through the normalization, the rounding process. It doesn't negate the fact that this still is happening currently. So looking at the past 2 years from 2024 to now, the highest level is right here in winter of 2024. And because this value is now higher than that value, this value will get chopped in the CDC's method and will now be at the 99th percentile of values, which would put it probably around right here-ish. So that would be the new value point here, which is another way of artificially lowering things that are currently happening. And this has continued issues with the CDC data and their viral activity levels. We've talked about this before. I've talked about this extensively. I just wanted to have this documented as well and to add on to what Dr. Horger already showed.